Sunday. From Buffalo Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. It's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
There's a look at Bills Stadium here in Orchard Park, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
But let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
These guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bills make their way out, led by their third-year quarterback from Wyoming. At 24 years of age, it's Josh Allen.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there was also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an
And
interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And right away, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way.
The quarterback forced out of bounds and sacked.
Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Back in the NFL for the first time since 2016, it's Colin Kaepernick.
It's so difficult to prepare and try to defend Colin Kaepernick, and not just because of the physical skills they're always on display, whether it's throwing the ball downfield or running with the ball as well. But how about the leadership he exhibits, how his team will follow him, the smarts he has in playing the game, and, of course, the overall toughness. You can't run the football the way that he does without being a guy who's willing to take a hit.
Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
I mean, what do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a run with Akers. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And Charles, let's get a look at the draft class for this offense. Remember, no first-round picks this year. They traded it away. How much of a detriment is that?
Well, what they're hoping is the reason they traded away that first-round pick, that player won't be a detriment. He'll be an improvement for their team. And now as you get into the later rounds and the middle rounds of this draft, that's when your scouting comes to the front. You have to hit on those selections.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And now out come the Bills. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The numbers for him from a week ago, 19 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Allen. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he's able to find Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Allen to Diggs there for Buffalo first.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Singletary loses it. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First down, Akers. He won't go down.
Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler in 2019, in on the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 29. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll run on first down. Akers. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
First and goal, Rams. That's the end of the first quarter.
We're scoreless after one. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a first and goal. They'll run here with Akers. And the Rams are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They try and run forward here with Brown. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Malcolm Brown, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was Malcolm Brown who ended it with a touchdown run.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Official foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Singletary. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
He was brought down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Good catch there by Stephon Diggs. And no one happier in Buffalo than quarterback Josh Allen, who was looking for that big target downfield. The guy who can go up and take the ball away from defenders and turn it into big plays.
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Here's Allen. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Come on, guys. 21-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down. Akers shedding the tackle. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Kaepernick. He's going to air it out deep for Wood. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Akers. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Gay is on for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs.
The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. This is Yeldon from the dump off. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Allen now on 1st down. He hits Beasley right side. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And again, it's Allen going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Allen to throw once more. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
55-yard attempt.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
What is
LA set to take over again on offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer, and he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Allen. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he's got this down to the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Take it back! Take it back!
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off for the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And they've gone to the half with the score 14-7. Sterling Shepard, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Randall Cobb, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. So here are the Rams to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Akers to start the 3rd quarter on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Play action. Now Kaepernick. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a 1-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
To throw, it's Allen.
A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On play action, Allen. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A very solid gain of 27.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a run with Singletary. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Rams' 5-yard line.
They go right back to Singletary. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills have retaken the lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This is Brown on the carry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And it's 3rd down.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Right back to Brown. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They will toss to Brown. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4. It'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. Airing it out deep for Woods. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Tre'Davious White on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Brown. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Buffalo set to get the football back here.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Allen. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The Bills on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. From the gun, it's Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Singletary. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
What's the deal, y'all?
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Allen going to throw. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. He's going deep for Brown. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. They'll have 1 play, maybe 2, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a first down. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Kaepernick. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to. And
now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Nearly an interception.
possession. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses that are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
The 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Guys will take a 10-point lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
They'll run on first down. Akers. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He was brought down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
First down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Kaepernick. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or 2, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Singletary to get the drive started. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Buffalo, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for L.A., they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.